Well, hello everybody, this is Gibby here. We're over here at Zion-Benton, over in the auditorium. The veterans, you're honoring the veterans today. This is November 11th, 2021. And I got the video going here, so I'm going to flip the camera around. You're going to have a little program.
Proclamation calling upon the officials of this country to display the flag of the United States on all government buildings.
Just be patient, folks. We're just doing some technical things right now before we go, and we will end up starting with the presentation of colors, the national anthem, and then we're going to move forward, so it's going to be good. So just bear with us and be patient, and you all can just continue to have some conversations, and we'll be hopefully kicking things off in the next 6 minutes.
Veterans Day. What exactly is Veterans Day?
Just a sound check, we're good. We're going to begin in 2 minutes, so again, just relax, and the beauty of our technology, we can start when we want. So upstairs in the booth, I got 2 minutes. Okay. All right, folks, we're going to get this party started. I want to welcome everybody here today to our annual Veterans Day celebration. And I would like to begin by first asking everyone who can to please rise for the presentation of colors by our NJROTC Color Guard.
And salute.
Right, eight, green, and color, honey, hot.
Color Guard, please post the colors.
Here. Color, right, eight, forward, march.
And salute.
Halt, halt.
And two.
Good morning, everyone. You can go ahead and be seated. Thank you. Put a round of applause for our ZBTHS Chamber seniors. Thank you. I'm Dr. Chris Pavelchik, and I'm the principal of Zion-Benton High School, and I want to welcome everyone here to join us both in person and virtually as they are watching remotely throughout the district, and we are also live streaming this, so we only can imagine who's watching this around the country and world. So today is Veterans Day, a day for us to acknowledge those who have served our country, celebrate the sacrifices that so many have made for our lives today, and reflect on how we can be the best we can be for our families, and for our community, and for our country. Being the best we can be is one way to thank our veterans for all they have done to protect our freedoms and our democracy. And I'd like to start the program by welcoming to the podium our District 126 Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jesse Rodriguez.
Thank you, Dr. Pavelchik. And what an honor. But I will be remiss if I don't start by saying thanks to Commander Shorty, Master Chief Hastings, and Chief Nelson. Thank you for the excellent work in our district in working with our students as they prepare themselves to serve our country. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Education, and with us this morning, Board Member Kathleen Champagne, thank you for being here, And also board member and veteran, Mr. Sean White. I did see Sean White somewhere. Can you put your hand up, Mr. White? Mr. White is back there, veteran, served our country, proud CB graduate, and many other things. Thank you, Mr. White. We welcome you. We welcome all distinguished guests. We welcome our mayor. We welcome, our police chief is also around, elected officials. We welcome our students, our staff. But ladies and gentlemen, most of all, we welcome our extraordinary veterans and their respective families. And we honor you this morning. This is about you. We're so proud of you. You make us proud as a school district. You make us proud as a community. We honor you as you honor our country. You who once wore the uniform of our Army, our Navy, our Air Force, the Marines, or the Coast Guard. We owe you our thanks, and we owe you our freedom. We come together here in Zion, Illinois, this beautiful community, so that together we express our profound gratitude for the sacrifices, yes, sacrifices that you made as veterans, sacrifices that you made with your family, sacrifices that you made in the battlefield, in our community, and also in the world. Our school district is grounded on the idea that you did something greater than service on duty. We're grounded on this idea that we appreciate what you do in our community, how you continue to serve as an example, how you have returned, come back and served in our offices, in government. Mr. White, how you came back and you're serving students in our Board of Education. Thank you. You inspire us. You make us better. That is a real thanks from our school district. We thank you for what you did, but we continue to thank you for what you continue to do in serving as an inspiration to our students, our families, and our community. Ladies and gentlemen, this nation will remain the land of the free, as articulated a couple minutes ago, only so long as it is the home of the brave. And we have brave veterans, and we honor you here in Zion-Benton and around the world, and also in the entire state of Illinois. We honor you, we thank you, because thanks to you, we are free. And you continue to inspire us daily with everything that you do. As you came back and you're serving our community and our world, and we live in a better place thanks to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. Very much appreciate that. It is my honor to turn the program over here to two of our NJROTC cadets. Please welcome Cadet Commander Nico Jackson, along with Cadet Commander Kim Rico.
Good morning, students, staff, and ZBTHS guests. I am Cadet Commander Nico Jackson, and I am joined today by Cadet Commander Kim Rico. We would like to welcome you to a very special occasion that celebrates a very important day, Veterans Day. The first memorial service took place on November 11, 1918, the anniversary of the end of World War I. Woodrow Wilson first proclaimed November 11 Armistice Day in 1919 to remind Americans of the tragedies of the war. In 1954, Armistice Day became known as Veterans Day in honor of all the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. Today, at Zion-Benton Township High School, we pay tribute to those who fought to preserve this country's liberties. We recognize all who have fought to maintain America's progress. We honor those who represent America and thank them for their service.
I would now like to direct your attention to the screen for a Veterans Day video produced by our ZB Social Studies Department.
Veterans Day. What exactly is Veterans Day? Let's ask the Social Science Department. Excuse me, social science teachers, can anyone explain to me what Veterans Day is?
I'm glad you asked. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year 1918 marks the end of the fighting in World War I, known at the time as the Great War. This is the moment that marks the armistice or ceasefire between Germany and the forces of the Allied nations, including France, Great Britain, and the United States.
Excuse me, Mr. Anderson, but I think President Wilson said it best when he commemorated this moment the following year by proclaiming that November 11th would be known as Armistice.
Oh, hello, Mr. Ekstrom. What was so special about what President Wilson said?
Well, he said, to us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations. And in order to achieve that, people thought that the day was to be a celebration of observant parades and public meetings. There was even a brief suspension of business beginning at 11 a.m.
But it took until June 4th, 1926, when the United States Congress officially recognized the day.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Gomez.
They wrote, whereas the 11th of November, 1918, marked the cessation of the most destructive, sanguinary, and far-reaching war in human annals, and the resumption of the people of the United States of peaceful relations with other nations, which we hope may never again be severed. And whereas it is fitting that the recurring anniversary of this date should be commemorated with thanksgiving and prayer and exercises designed to perpetrate peace through goodwill and mutual understanding between nations. And whereas the legislatures of 27 of our states have already declared November 11 to be a legal holiday, therefore be it resolved by the Senate that the President of the United States is requested to issue a proclamation calling upon the officials of this country to display the flag of the United States on all government buildings on November 11th, and inviting the people of the United States to observe the day in schools and churches with appropriate ceremonies of friendly relations with all other people.
That was a lot. What do they even mean?
Well, it means that Congress supported the idea of creating a legal holiday. So, 12 years later, in 1938, the 11th of November in each year became a legal holiday known as Armistice Day.
This day was to be dedicated to world peace and was primarily a day set aside to honor veterans of World War I.
Whoa, wait a minute. Mr. Pascal, is Miss Thurston right? We get the whole day off to celebrate the soldiers who served in World War I?
Well, at first, yes, but that has changed since then. In 1954, following the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the nation's history to fight World War II, and after American forces had fought aggression in Korea, the meaning of the day was expanded.
United States Veteran Service Organizations urged Congress to change the word armistice to the word veterans. November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars.
So Veterans Day has always been celebrated on November 11th?
Well, at one point, Veterans Day was moved to the Monday of the week of November 11th to create a 3-day weekend. But that only lasted a few years before we switched back to celebrating it on the 11th. Right, Mrs. Duckworth?
Yes, and now observance of Veterans Day on November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the date, but helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day, a celebration to honor America's veterans, past and present, for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. General Colin Powell said, Veterans Day is a time when the nation stops and recognizes that we are free, we are a democracy, we are a successful country in the world because we've had to fight for it over the years. And the ones who do that fighting, they have always shown up to serve the country. And now the country has to make sure we are serving them. And Veterans Day is a way to stop, pause, and thank the vets. Those who are still with us and those who have gone before, especially veterans who served and were not served at home. African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans. We served for a couple hundred years and the nation was not serving us. But nonetheless we served because we believe the nation would one day serve us, and that is happening. That is why we are all here.
Wow. Thank you all so much for helping me understand. And now, today, we ask that you take a moment and give thanks to all the men and women who served this great country.
We would now like to share 2 poems by Joanna Fuchs that honor our veterans.
The best on earth, a Veterans Day tribute. If someone has done military service, they earn the title of veteran and more. They earn our deep respect and admiration. That they are special, no one can ignore. They sacrificed the comforts we enjoy. The list is long of all the things they gave. Our veterans are extraordinary people. They're loyal, dedicated, true, and brave. When terror and invasion were real threats, they showed us they could handle any storm. We owe our freedom and our very lives to our veterans who served in uniform. Our veterans should be celebrities. They're exceptional. No other group compares. We're grateful for many things they've done. They're always in our hearts and in our prayers. We owe our veterans support and friendship, but no one ever questioned what they're worth. These men and women served us and our country. Our veterans are the best on earth.
Protecting us. While we were home in our comfortable sofas, munching and watching TV, our veterans were fighting our battles in situations we certainly flee. Whatever would keep us all safe is what they were called to do. Rough duties of every kind, protecting us, me and you. So when you see vets, please thank them for their service and sacrifice. Be aware and always remember for us, they paid a price. By Joanna Fuchs. We honor our veterans because they have risked their lives to uphold our values through service to our country. We honor them because without them, this country wouldn't be what it is today. There is no greater place on earth to live. I would like to now turn the program back over to our principal, Dr. Pavelchek.
We have several esteemed guests with us today. Some of us are in person, and a few who have prepared a video message for us as well. And we'd like to start that portion of our program, and I would like to welcome Zion Mayor Billy McKinney to the stage.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to attend the celebration of our veterans and congratulate District 126, Dr. Rodriguez, and the school board for putting on such an important event in this beautiful facility. Veterans Day is a day to honor those who served and who have the fortune of coming home. This is also a day to honor those veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice to secure the privileges of the freedom that we enjoy and sometimes take for granted each and every day. As it's been noted, since 1911, November 11th has been designated as a national day to recognize the sacrifices of our nation's heroes and sheroes. In my humble opinion, we should celebrate Veterans Day each and every day. On behalf of the Zion City Council, our employees, and our residents, I want to say to our men and women in uniform, past, present, and future, God bless you, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Mayor McKinney. Now, may I please direct your attention to the screen? We have a brief video from State of Illinois from Representative Lauren Underwood, who was gracious enough to send us a brief message.
Hi everybody, I'm Lauren Underwood, and I have the honor of representing Illinois' 14th Congressional District. I'm delighted to be with you for the Zion-Benton Township High School Veterans Day breakfast and recognition ceremony. I would like to extend my deepest thanks to the students, teachers, staff, and administration for inviting me to speak and be a small part of this important event. Thank you. Over 100 years ago today, an armistice was signed in France, which was supposed to signal the end of all wars. Unfortunately, we know that was not the case. Our neighbors, friends, and family have continued to answer our nation's call to serve no matter the sacrifice. Generation after generation, the sons and daughters of this country have put on a uniform and served their nation proudly. In Illinois, we know what it means to serve. We have the 10th largest veteran population in the United States, with over 500,000 veterans. Lake County has the second largest population of veterans in Illinois. These are our neighbors, our friends, and our families. Our community knows what it means to serve. So today, on Veterans Day, let us honor them. Let us celebrate America's veterans and honor them for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for our nation. To the veterans of Lake County, the veterans of Illinois, and all the veterans of our nation, thank you.
Thank you. And now, I'd like to bring our next speaker up to the podium. It is my honor to introduce State of Illinois Representative Joyce Mason of the 61st District to share a few words with us.
Good morning, everyone. You know, I always tell myself not to wear hoopy earrings when I wear a mask. I'm Joyce Mason. I proudly represent Illinois' 61st District, which includes Zion here, among other places. I'm so honored to be with you this Veterans Day. Thank you so much for hosting this event and for having me. As the daughter of a proud Army veteran, I grew up learning the lessons of service and sacrifice, and I'm so grateful to all of you for your service and the sacrifices that you've made, and those that your families have made as well. Because of you, my family and all of the other families can enjoy the freedom and safety that our great nation affords us. No matter what branch you served in or what job you did, you helped shape who we are today as a nation. And I sincerely thank each and every one of you. John F. Kennedy said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter these words, but to live by them. And you have my pledge today to always work to support and lift you up, not just today, but every day. So again, I thank you so much. God bless you, and God bless America. Thanks.
Thank you. And our last guest, we have been graced with Senator Duckworth, who also sent us a message. And I'm going to play that for you all now.
Hello everyone. I want to take a moment today to celebrate Veterans Day with all of you. Because Veterans Day is a day of celebration, it's a moment to recognize and honor the service of all those who put on the uniform and sacrifice in order to safeguard our great nation. Despite the risks, despite the danger that they know they could face, tens of thousands of the bravest people that you and I could ever know still volunteer to serve every year. Just as they have since a group of young patriots stood their ground at Lexington and Concord, and others stood their ground at the Chosin Reservoir, at the Battle for the Bulge, at Iwo Jima, all throughout our nation's history. Our veterans put country over self and redefined bravery time after time, tour after tour. So when these heroes get home, they deserve more than just an ovation on Veterans Day. They deserve to be honored the other 364 days of the year as well. That means making it easier for them to access the benefits they've earned and the health care they need, making it easier for them to go back to school and then find a good paying job after earning their diplomas. That means putting more support into hunger prevention programs, which more than 1 million veterans rely on to survive. And it means expanding access to safe, affordable housing, because we are all dishonored when any veteran is forced to lay their head down to sleep on the same streets that they defended. I'm only alive today because my buddies risked their own lives to save mine in a dusty field just north of Baghdad more than a decade and a half ago. So in honor of their sacrifice, and in honor of the sacrifice of every American who's defended our nation, I'm going to spend every moment I can working to repay that debt. I hope every one of you would join me, not only on this Veterans Day, but every day in continuing our efforts to do right by those who've done so much for the rest of us. God bless all of our troops who are in harm's way right now. God bless veterans who are in VA hospitals all across this great land. And always, God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Thank you. And at this time, I want to change gears a little bit, and I want to talk to our veteran community about the pride that we take here in District 126 in honoring our Veterans Day, honoring our veterans, not only on Veterans Day, but every day, through the work of our staff and students. We have dedicated spaces in both Zion-Benton High School and at New Tech High to honor our nation's veterans and their legacy that has contributed to the prosperity of our country. We have 2 short videos that I hope will provide a nice virtual tour of these 2 spaces. And I will start first with our Freedom Shrine at New Tech.
Oh.
Welcome to the Freedom Shrine at New Tech. Developed by the National Exchange Club, the Freedom Shrine originated from the Freedom Train that toured the nation in 1947, carrying an exhibit of historic documents. Painstakingly researched to guarantee absolute authenticity, the 28 historical American documents that comprise the shrine were carefully chosen to exemplify the beginnings of our nation and those subsequent turning points of importance which shaped our national character. We installed this shrine to provide a place to honor and reflect upon the foundational documents in United States history. We did this because we want our school to not just be a place to learn facts, but to learn how to make change and be active, engaged citizens in partnership with the community. We did this because we're a democracy school, which means that we reflect the values of democracy we see in these documents. We offer this to the student body, staff, and community as a place to think about American values, when we have been faithful to them, when we haven't been faithful to them, whose voices are reflected here and whose voices are left out, and how we can come together and do better in living out the values of liberty and justice for all. We're thankful to the Zion Area Exchange Club for providing the shrine and to the school and community organizations that help to finance it.
And now a short video of the Hall of Heroes here at Zion-Benton High School.
The Zion-Benton Social Science Wing is honorably called the Hall of Heroes, originally created to celebrate the foundations of freedom and ZB graduates who have lost their lives in the line of duty. From World War II up until the Afghanistan War, we give special honor to those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. As the Hall began to grow, it took on the opportunity to honor our nation's history, as well as all that have served our country. The Hall was put together in large part through donations collected by longtime government teacher Bruce Hansen, with the frames being built by former ZB maintenance worker Danny Deal. In the Hall, you will find 4 flags of the military branches, 2 Zion City flags, 2 current U.S. flags, 12 historical flags, pictures of ZB fallen soldiers from World War II, Korean conflict, the Vietnam War, the Dominican Republic conflict, the Iraq War, and the Afghanistan War. As you walk the halls, it will speak of history. Many of the flags have a story to tell. You just have to read about it. Donated uniforms tell a fantastic history. You can learn about the first female mayor of Zion who served in World War II. You can even learn about the history of current ZB teacher Mr. Galgan, how his grandfather fought in Iwo Jima. Which brings us to the memorial that sits up front, the lobby, created by Mr. Hansen, inspiration of the Hall of Heroes. Along with many public and private donations, we are honored to host one of the only 7 bronze maquettes of the Iwo Jima Memorial created by Felix de Welden. Its placement in the school was on purpose. Not only does the statue greet visitors as they enter the school, but it sits a foot of the stairs that lead to the Hall of Heroes. A little-known memorial sits in the middle of the 4-ton base. It serves as the final resting place for a pile of black sand from the island of Iwo Jima, which was sent home from a fallen soldier. On this Veterans Day, on behalf of Zion-Benton and the Zion-Benton Social Science Department, to all our veterans, we say thank you for your service.
Today is a day to celebrate our veterans who are here with us, but we would be remiss if we did not take a moment to also honor those that have fallen serving our country. I'd like to welcome to the stage one of our ZB students, Elijah Maria, for a rendition of text. I would ask all of you who can to please stand. Thank you. We want to take this time to celebrate our District 126 staff who show up every day to serve our community, to serve our students, to serve all of you, and those that have also served our country. Please enjoy this short video honoring and celebrating the District 126 staff, our veterans. And at this time, I would like to ask all the veterans in our audience to please stand, because you all deserve a huge, huge round of applause. Thank you all for your service. We are greatly appreciated. Thank you, veterans, for all you've done and all you do. We are forever grateful. Those of you watching virtually as well out there, we cannot tell you all how thankful we are, and I hope that this brief moment gives you some sense of the gratitude that I know many of us all in this room share for you. I want to thank all of our guests, both those that are here in person and those joining us virtually. I want to thank the staff and students for participating in this morning's celebratory recognition ceremony. I cannot believe it, but we are 1 minute away from the bell ringing to start the next class period, and that's a sign of some sort. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining us today. Thank you all.
I know. Hi, Carol.
Hey, Scott, you want to say anything? Hey, Scott, you want to say anything on the camera? That's one of our former principals right there. Sandy, you want to say anything on the camera? Sandy, you want to say anything on the camera?
We're shy.
Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is, what do I got, 46 minutes? Well, it ain't going to be, I have to go to YouTube. I won't be able to post it, so I have to get some help. Somebody show me how to post this on YouTube. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Gibby out.